Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 7 and our agenda is segmental and suprasegmental. Okay, let me introduce myself. Ananda, Klaudia, and my friends Syva, Aulia, and Fajar, Ramadhan. For the first slide, there is definition of segmental. Segmental, according to Suhairi in Finher 2010, refers to the nation of sounds that can be segmented or separated. In linguistics, a segment is any discrete unit that can be identified either physically or auditorily in the stream of speech. Okay, there is definition of suprasegmental. Suprasegmental refers to the intonation patterns, stress placement, and rhythm in spoken language, also called prosody. There is 4 kinds of segmental sounds. First, consonant, sounds that is obstructed by the speech tools. Second, vocal, sounds that are not obstructed by speech tools. Third, diphthong, the vowels read one sound. For example, A in the word sungai, au in the word kau. Fourth, cluster, the consonants read one sound. For example, ng for yang, nya for nyonya, ka for khusus. There is classification of segmental and suprasegmental. According to Mukhlis 2008, segmental sound classification is based on various criteria. There are first, whether or not there is distraction. Second, vocal cords. Third, mechanism of articulation. Fourth, the height and low of the tone. First, whether or not there is distraction. Referred to as disturbance is the constriction or closure carried out by spoken devices on air current in the formation of sounds. Judging from the presence or absence of disturbances when the sound is pronounced, the sound can be divided into 2 kinds. There's vocoid or vowels and connotoid or consonant. There are types of vowel and consonants. Next slide, there is vocal cords. Vocal cords open when you breathe and then close to produce sound when vibrating together. Your vocal cords are 2 flexible bands of muscle tissue that sit at the entrance to windpipe or trachea. When you speak, the bands come together and vibrate to make sound. Third, mechanism of articulation. Mechanism of articulation is a speech instrument which works or moves when producing language sounds. Based on this criteria, the mechanism of articulation is sounds that can be seen from the palatal luminous sound, namely the sound produced by the involvement of the middle of the tongue or lamina and hard palate or palate. Fourth, the height and low of the tongue. The height and low of the tongue when the sound is pronounced by sounds can be seen rather high, where the sound is produced by means of an elevated tongue position, so that is, this is slightly closer to the hard palate, by means of the upper jaw slightly closer to the upper jaw. Okay, there is the difference between segmental and suprasegmental. The difference between these 2 sounds is based on whether or not they can be segmented. Sounds that can be segmented, such as vowels and consonant sounds, are segmental sounds. Meanwhile, sounds or elements that cannot be segmented, which accompany segmental sounds, such as stress, pitch or tone, tempo, and intonation. There is stress. Stress in intonation is called tonotemporal, which is a type of prominence that is more marked by the pitch or temporal in nature, and the time span in which the stressed syllable is pronounced or is temporal. There is 2 kinds of stress. First, hard stress or pressurized, and soft stress or non-pressurized. Okay, for example, In Indonesian, there are the words bakpao and bakso. If the words bakpao and bakso are emphasized on the word bak, then the meaning is the place or container used to things or something. However, if it is emphasized on the words pao and so, it will certainly have no meaning, so that the resulting sound is meaningless. Okay, there is pitch or tone. Pitch or tone correspond to the high and low levels of a sound. At the word level, there are variations in the meaning of differentiation called tone. First, do is low tone, re is regular tone, mi high notes, fa for the highest note. And there are 5 tone signs. First sign, which means an up or up tone, which is usually marked with a line up. Second sign means a flat tone, which is usually marked with a straight horizontal line. Third sign means the tone goes down or low, which is usually marked with the decreasing line. For the next sign, means the tone goes down and up due to the tone that is low and then rising. Last sign means the tone goes up and down because the tone is rising then low. For example, the word sate, which is analyzed with the high and low tones, is as sate. There is intonation. Intonation is an increase or decrease in pitch in the pronunciation of a sentence or a change in pitch in speaking. Intonation is a combination of tone, range, stress, and juncture in an embodiment. Okay, and there is tempo. Tempo refers to level sooner or later conversation for a specific purpose or cause. In certain circumstances, tempo gives the impression of something meaning, namely to simulate and get attention. Okay, is everything clear so far? And thank you for our presenting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.